We're absolutely sure Will's son didn't see anything. Just if we had 2 witness statements, I mean, it would take the weight off the DNA if it comes in.
This is where we are. This is what we have to work with. Blood, ID, alibi. And God help us if we win.
No, that's not what I'm trying to explain to you. Look, my wife does not wear aftershave. And I am not the least bit interested in Peter Rabbit collectibles. So, if you want me to join the dots for you, someone has stolen my wife's identity. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen, is it? Well, you can talk to her. Yeah, I already identified her. I walked into the mortuary and kissed her face. Yeah.
That'll scare you. It's all right.
I wish things could be different, but I'm not.
Look, if you want to tell me something, anything about what happened, I'll be here, okay? Just come right out and say it. I'll be listening. Yeah?
When it rains, what happens to all the little animals? Do they drown, do you think?
Mr. Foyle?
I used to love it when it rained, but now I get so sad when it's wet out because all I can think about is all those little bodies clawing and squeaking at the earth and the mud and the water and drowning in the dark. It's a shame the plants have to drink. I know they do. But it's a shame. I get so sad when it's wet, especially after the summer we had.
Mr. Foyle, we need to be sure that you understand your plea.
Is there any evidence that puts me in the cottage?
You are charged on the basis of one eyewitness identification.
One?
Yes, one. The son hasn't made a statement.
Not yet.
Yet? You think he saw something?
There's only one witness. That's what we're dealing with.
What's that?
Tea.
What kind of tea?
My tea.
We also need to talk about your alibi, Ms. Morris.
We go into considerable detail in our defence statement about our whereabouts that evening, and we are confident Ms. Morris will support this.
Then why do we need to discuss this?
Because we need to discuss this.
Mr. Burton is the only witness in this whole case. So, he can't act for himself.
You're well versed in criminal procedure?
I did a law course.
Oh, really? Where was that?
Cambridge. Anglia Polytechnic University. We probably cycled past one another on Silver Street.
It's a small world.
Indeed.
Yes, you're right. Mr. Burton will not be in court. As he's a witness, he cannot act for the Crown in any way.
Oh, it's just that, he kept beating you is all.
He's not allowed to be there.
So he just has to watch.
I suppose so.
Besides, it was very dark.
Indeed.
Shame about all those animals, isn't it? You have qualms.
Beg your pardon?
It's your first big defense. You're working late. You have qualms.
He lost his wife.
If the tables returned, he would not hesitate. This is how it works.
I just know that if I was Will.
Ah. But you're not him, are you? Not yet, anyway.
Probably only got about 5 minutes, bit of a crazy morning. How's it looking? Every time I pass the conference room, there's a huge queue of people knocking on the door. Everyone wants to help, mate. Who's leading? Mr. Mayfield. Mr. Harris is his junior. Everyone else was busy. Any idea what they're running with? You don't have to say a thing if you don't want to. Forensics found a size 12 boot print in the garden, but all four's footwear's a size 9. Like no match on the tread. So as far as I can tell, they're all waiting for the forensics report. The crime scene blood. Plus your idea of him. And? I think that's it. What about his alibi? One of his neighbours said she had dinner with him. They're looking into possible angles. What was this woman's name? Eileen Morris. Say that again?
Eileen Morris, right? Did a little rooting around in the old case file. This is all I could come up with. He's a bird fancier, if you remember. See who's presenting him with that trophy?
Parish Council Event Committee Co-Chair Eileen Morris.
That's all I've got for you, I'm afraid.
Something else, I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere else.
Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.
Hello, buddy. Can't hear you, mate.
Foyle's alibi might not be as solid as they're making out.
How do you know that? Doesn't seem fair. Biggest legal brain in the building. Can't even talk to him about your own bloody case.
No, I can't. Not directly. It's not like I'm defending him anymore, is it? Do you have any idea where the Sandra Mullins case files are?
I think so, yeah. Big box. Stumped me tongue in it last week.
Do you think it might be near my office?
I think it could be. The private one.
Yes, I caught sight of it as it flew past me at high velocity on its way to one of the silks.
Yeah. Why don't you take a page out of Tara's book?
My nose is brown enough already, thank you.
She does what she has to. Why don't you do that now and then?
Because then I'd be like Tara, wouldn't I?
You heading over?
Foyle's making his plea.
Right, so it started. How's it looking, do you think?
No sign of DNA at the scene, single eyewitness, recognition under duress, not a lot of wiggle room. I mean, Will's boy was there, but if he had seen something, well, he would have said something, wouldn't he?
Mr. Harris.
Don't.
Hey, now I've been thinking.
Stop. I mean it.
Time to go.
Liam Michael Foyle, you are charged on this indictment with 1 count of murder. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
My lord, given the lack of evidence at this time, we are serving a bail application notice.
First I've heard of it, my lord.
It was served in good time.
Okay.
Well, I read it. Bail granted, subject to conditions as per application.
Thank you, my lord. Also, I have spoken to the list officer this morning, who has informed me there is a slot available for a week-long case on the 31st.
Very well, then.
Wait a minute, that's only a few weeks away. It hardly gives us any time to prepare the evidence.
What evidence?
Mr. Foyle, you may leave the dock.
All rise.